welcome to the Motorsport Coaching Podcast, sponsored by MotiV8 Training and Management. This is a podcast where we talk to drivers and industry experts to help you maximize your performances on and off the track. Let's get started with today's show. Hey guys, welcome to episode 98 of the Motorsport Coaching Podcast. I'm very excited because I've got my co-host with me today. Hello, Matt.
G'day, how are you, Belinda?
I am very excited. We haven't actually caught up and done a show together. This is our first one.
Yeah, no, we haven't actually. It's been a few weeks since we've been working together on all of the MotiV8 training programs and of course the Motorsport Coaching Podcast, and it's good to catch up.
Yes, well, today's show, guys, is just to give you a bit of an update around what's happening in the world of MotiV8. Over the last 18 months, the world of motorsports has been crazy. Had races cancelled. We've had people just stay in the top end of Australia so they can compete. There's people not racing at all. People have left the industry.
If I see another cancellation, I've had enough of it. I don't think I need to see another cancellation. I think I'm up to about 7 for this year. Events that have been cancelled or postponed. So,
Yes, and the sad loss of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, very sad loss, actually. It's obviously one of my favourite events each and every year, and was really looking forward to this year coming into November. I thought it was going to be the right time of year, and weather should have been great. But, sadly, the Grand Prix Corporation have decided that it can't go ahead due to the COVID situation.
That would be interesting to see, actually, with this whole, a lot of the places saying you can enter or you can't enter if you have been jabbed and you haven't been jabbed. And I think with motorsports in that closed environment, in some capacities, obviously like in hospitality boxes, whether what that ruling is going to be.
But it seemed to work over in England last weekend for the Grand Prix over there. Everyone that went to the event either had to have proof of a test or had to have the vaccine. They still got a collective crowd of 356,000 people over the weekend, which if anyone saw it, was just absolutely incredible. The atmosphere there was just absolutely off the chart last weekend, and to hear the crowd over the cars was quite astonishing, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm just wishing we can go back to any track sometime soon, Maddie. You're lucky up there in Brisbane.
Yeah, well, home of the Olympics. Yeah, no, we've got we're allowed out the other night to go to a concert for the Olympics, of course, but we'll have to be locked down again. No one else can get in at the moment, but it's all fun and games. But we have been reasonably fortunate in that go back to last year. I think we had a 6-week lockdown, and at the moment, you're not allowed in anywhere unless you're wearing a mask. But other than that, I think that we've been quite fortunate. It's got to be said.
Yeah, and obviously we are talking about the downturn of motorsports, and for us at MotiV8, for me, we've had to pivot the business a little bit, which has been exciting, and we've got some exciting things coming up. But that's why I've got Matt on board now. So again, welcome. We're very excited, and we've got Scott. So Scott's going to be next week's podcast guest, Mr. Kennedy, and he's our new resident personal trainer, and he's going to be talking about the different service offerings we've got around that motorsport athlete spectrum. So stay tuned for next week's show. But Maddie, what are you doing here? How are you helping
What
me?
am I doing? That's a good question.
Yeah.
So I guess you and I have known each other for a long time through various operations and forms of motorsport and so on. I come from a largely media and marketing side of things. So I guess I'm looking after a lot of the nuts and bolts at MotiV8 at the moment, sort of recording some podcasts, obviously, but also, sitting around various events and trying to market the business as best we can and push it out there and put it in front of more people, get more people on board and into our programs, and whether that is fitness, health, mindfulness, or media and marketing, that's what we're all about. And that's what we're trying to do at the moment. And we're certainly, we've hit the ground running with a few things, and I've had a few back and forths and what have you, but I think we're starting to get some traction over what we're doing, and there are some really exciting things coming up.
There Oh, I can't wait. And we're going to go through a few of those today. But we're just going to touch base a little bit more about the services that we do provide. Even though we've got this fantastic podcast platform, we've got lots of fantastic listeners. One of the things that we don't really do well and that we're looking to improve is basically promoting our products and services and showing and aligning them to actually our shows and what kind of other services we've got going at the time. So, on those podcasts, guys, if you are enjoying them, we're up to episode 98. Matt, can you believe that? 2.5 years of been doing this.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Haven't we had some amazing guests over that time? Well, you've certainly had some amazing guests over that time. Everyone from Daniel Ricciardo's trainer through to myself, the ladies' man, Lockie Mansell, he's been on here as well. The
That's right.
Superstar of Beauty and the Geek. Mansell Mania is taking over Australia at the moment. And various people from, that psychology side, the diet side, the fitness side, races themselves. And we've got a full list of people that are coming up. It's really quite exciting with some of the people that are going to be on the podcast down the line.
Yes, well, we're coming out to our 100th show, so we are looking for a special guest. We haven't decided who yet, so if you guys have got any ideas who'd love to be on our 100th show, please put into my comments or emails or contact us through any of the social platforms.
We're at 98, so we haven't got much time to go.
I know. Pretty much got like a week or so, but yes, we'll find. Yes, we're not sure if we want to do a driver or if we just want to recap or over the last 100 shows, some of the best bits, which would be a big task, but we will see, guys. But yes, again, this is your show. So if you are enjoying the shows, we'd really appreciate if you can head over to those social platforms that you listen to us through and subscribe and leave us a review. So we know what kind of content that you are or not enjoying. Of course, we love constructive feedback as well, don't we, Maddie?
We like constructive feedback, yeah. You're probably sick of us, but,
That's why I needed you to come and help co-host the shows. And so I'm sure everyone's hearing from myself after 98 shows. So again, thanks, Maddie. I'm very excited to have you on board. So we're going to go through some of the services that we have available for the motorsport athlete. So one of those things, two of those things actually, are our free Facebook groups. So if you are a motorsport athlete or a parent of and looking for some free tips and tricks and strategies, we have weekly calls in there, weekly Q&A calls. And the first one is our Motorsport Athlete Performance. So that's the actual title of the Facebook group. And that one does the motorsport. I keep saying the word motorsport in my head today and it keeps coming out. I'm like, stop saying motorsport. We know it's called Motorsport Blender. Anyway, it covers fitness, nutrition and mindset. And the other Facebook group is called the Motorsport Sponsorship Group. Maddie, which has?
Yeah, so information on motorsport sponsorship, how you go about servicing your sponsors, how you might go about finding some sponsors and what you can do. I mean, that's a really, obviously a very key part of motorsport, but particularly at the grassroots level, it's about not just getting some money to put a sticker on a go-kart or your race car or whatever. It's about more than that, about who you deal with on a daily basis, how you get to the racetrack, where you stay when you get to the racetrack, and how you might be able to save some money, but also not spend some money at the same time.
And the other fantastic thing is that you've got free resources in there. So there's a file section in both the groups that offer free checklists and tools, but there's also free access to us. Myself and Matt are in the Motorsport Sponsorship Group. And as I mentioned, we've got Scott, our resident trainer, in the other group. And as well, there's lots of nutritionists and our psychs are in those groups. So, of course, at any time you can get free advice because generally if you're thinking about it, someone else is as well. So we do encourage people to ask as many questions. That's what we're here for, so that we can all help each other and learn. So please feel
100%.
free to...
And I think that's a really important thing. I mean, motorsport, and particularly the pathways through motorsport, to a lot of people are a bit of a black art. Like, a lot of people really feel like that that they're on their own out and about there, when in reality you're not, because if you're having an issue or something's just keeping you awake at night, there's a fair chance that someone else is having exactly the same drama, or they've been through the drama and have the answer that you're looking for. So that's why these Facebook groups are a really important tool for everyone to jump on board and also support other athletes that are going through exactly the same things that you're going through. So make sure you jump on, get involved, and be part of it.
And the other beneficial thing about the Q&As and putting your questions out there, it helps us develop more content for you guys. So things like our podcast shows, it helps us align. If there's a lot of interest, I guess, in say getting sponsorship, we can actually do a show around getting sponsors and give you some strategies around how to do that. So please race over to Facebook and join those free Facebook groups and start popping in those questions. The other things we have available is we do actually have a course, an online course, the Accelerate program. So if you are in lockdown and you're looking for something to do, this is basically an overview on all of those services. So there's things around fitness, nutrition, mindset, doing some visual boards, writing down your race reports. We go through starting off with sponsors, how do you get sponsors? And it's really a basic course about getting started with the off-track development side of things. We've got a brand new website also coming from the 1st of August. As I said, we've had to pivot the business, and so we're going to go through it in a little bit more around what exactly we are going to do, but that course will be available onto the new website. So there will be a brand new design, so make sure you check it out. And we'll also be launching a membership site for you guys, for the drivers and parents, around all of those factors, as I said, that we have. So nutrition, mindset, fitness, sponsorship, branding, media, and all of it's going to be in one location into this membership site. So stay tuned for our membership site. I'm really excited. We're going to have brand new content in there quite regularly. Obviously, each week there'll be a brand new podcast. And now also what we'll be doing is doing different podcasts, aren't we, Maddie? We're going to be having different and some special guests on, and they will only be available if you are a member. So there's a lot more content that's going to be coming out in that site that you'll be able to access. Some special interviews that we'll be doing with different people.
Yeah, no, we're really pumped about that, particularly the membership side of things, and, new website to make it more efficient to deliver the content that we deliver on a daily basis. So strap yourself in, get yourself ready for that. It's going to be pretty cool. 1st of August, I think, is when it's going to drop. So get ready for that. And then the membership site will come off the back of all of that. But, plenty of exciting things going on. And, definitely from the planning stages of the podcast, we think you're going to be enjoying the people that we bring across that are going to give you some tips and tricks. And they may not necessarily be directly from motorsport, but certainly their skill set will be able to assist you in moving forward.
Yes, and as much as we love helping you guys as the athletes, we want you to succeed, because the more that you succeed, the longer you're going to stay in the sport. And we love the sport. We're very passionate. And something else we're very passionate about is obviously going to be now helping the clubs and teams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the club side of things, it again is pretty much a black art. I mean, you rely on volunteers to make the clubs work, and in many cases, as we've all seen over the years, it comes down to 2 or 3 people, maybe 4 or 5, that actually run the whole entire show. So what we want to try and do is open it up that those people that are in the executive roles get more support in what they're able to do. They know where to turn if they want. If they need a new flag printed, they need a podium banner printed, they just need some advice, or they just need to speak to someone.
Recipes.
Recipes, of course. So that's something that you're very passionate about, Belinda. Let's talk about that a little bit from the canteen side of things.
Yeah, so we are starting off with some grassroots clubs. One of the first things we're going to assist them with is making the canteens healthier and offering more options, gluten-free, keto, all of the kind of diet fads, and how they can have a simple recipe but be able to adapt it for all the different allergies that people do have, but also making sure that it's fuel enhancing. And I know I can hear and go, oh, but we love our hot dogs and we love our meat. prize, no doubt they will still sell them, but it's just having that option of providing some healthier options for our athletes, because it is a serious sport. But if you do attend some of those, not all of them, there's some of them that are very good, but if you do attend most of the canteens, that are still selling a lot of, I guess, in a school environment, what's classified to be red foods. But we know that there's obviously a lot more money to be made, so we are trying to make it more feasible for all the clubs and doing things like allowing them to bulk bill. We're also mindful of sustainability as well and the environment, so looking to change a lot of the products into bamboo things. That can assist with the environment, getting some more recycling bins put into all of the clubs. And yeah, we're helping them with some seminars as well, some workshops. Some of them are looking to do some training programs throughout the year to value add to their members. We are really excited about the opportunities that's coming up in 2022.
Yeah, I think that we've all been to clubs or venues whereby you go to the canteen and, you know, she's your pretty standard fare of hot chips or chicken nuggets or dim sims or whatever. But, you know, if you do offer up some of these healthier options, I'm certain that there's people that would absolutely go for it. And, you know, I think, again, it's just about a mindset thing. If the people don't actually understand the mindset of it, then they're not actually doing it. So that's why they're serving up the same stuff. So, it's exciting to give people that option. Again, it's just a resource that people can tap into. It's quick and easy food, but healthy. But also, again, looking at how we can make it sustainable, what you can do as a club to try and reduce your waste at the end of each race meeting, and how you might go about recycling and all that type of thing. Because I think most states have now got those recycling programs in place that with bottles and cans that you put through, you get a cash back system. So I know we've certainly got them up here. They don't take wine bottles, unfortunately, but
2023 we'll have it in Victoria.
Yeah, okay. I know that it's in some parts of New South Wales and certainly up here in Queensland that you get a cash back. So there are options that you can look at to try and raise money for your club as well. And I know that there are quite a few clubs in places where they are doing that are getting a decent kickback on their wastage when they're putting the recycling through.
And who knows, maybe Seb Vettel might come and clean up.
Well, that's it. You never know when you're going to have a four-time world champion roll in with the gloves on and the garbage bag in hand to assist you clean up. That was interesting.
That was fantastic. It was great to see. Good story.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think the way that the Grand Prix ended over in Britain, they probably needed a couple of good stories to go around, and that certainly was one of them. So, good on Seb, and a man of his word, I guess you'd say. I understand also that he's a beekeeper at the moment, so he's got bees that he's placed in Germany or Switzerland or wherever he lives. Yeah. Like his PR guy, Matt Bishop, who used to be at McLaren for many years, he didn't even know that he was off to do that cleanup arrangement.
It wasn't a PR stunt. That's what I was saying.
No, well, he doesn't do social media. Seb doesn't do any sort of social media. He just watches British comedies, I think. That's about Seb's level. So, yeah, but no, that was really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, so stay tuned if you're involved in the club, or definitely most of you are assigned with the club. There'll be some fantastic new initiatives happening that will be rolling out in the 2022. I can't remember what year we're in. There's lots of my head in. I'm like, it was 21, 22. Anyway. Yeah. The other fantastic thing is that we're also now starting to work with a lot more of the race teams. So, Maddie, you want to go through?
Yeah, look, we're keen to work with race teams, whether that is from the training side of things. If you've got drivers or even pit crew that are looking to up their fitness, their speed, obviously in the pits, their ability to be able to change things around and stay on top of their game throughout the course of the weekend, because we know that hanging around a racetrack for the weekend it's actually arduous. It takes a lot out of you. Mainly because for a lot of the time you are standing around doing nothing. So we've got that ability to make sure that everyone is absolutely on point, and certainly from a driver standpoint to make sure that that your headspace is well and truly there as well. It's interesting. Couple of the recent podcasts that we've done where we spoke about heart rates and so forth. It was quite an interesting study that these guys have done into heart rates of a racer over the course of the weekend. And if your heart rate's up, how much that takes out of you. So what do? You don't stand around. Take the time between races to sit down, actually chill out and start again. Whether that you might even get into a bit of meditation or something like that. But certainly it's about opening your mind and seeing what you can do between sessions to maximise your performance off and on the track.
Yeah, like you said, and something I'm very passionate about, is that motorsport is a team sport. Although it's an individual performance base, there's a whole team that makes that individual shine. And so I'm very passionate about ensuring that the pit crews well trained and fed, because those chicken nuggets and hot chips aren't going to make them change tires very quickly. And so making sure, they're physically and mentally fit, and working through the team dynamics as well. So ensuring that everybody in the team works cohesively, and that there's no bickering or attitude or egos. You can't afford it. Regardless of where you compete at what level, you are needing everyone to be in sync, fit, healthy, mindset, everybody on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredibly important. I think we've all been around teams where there might be one or two members that aren't necessarily picking up the weight, and then other people have got to jump in on their behalf and so on. So, to have everyone on your team working in sync is 100% important.
Yeah, so we were working with some of the teams around, obviously, team building exercises, building better teams. So even like helping with their recruitment, making sure everybody's aligned, and doing some personality testing. Because again, we don't need any bigger egos. We'll also be working with them around fitness, their nutrition, sponsorship, helping them gain sponsorship, or giving them the tools and strategies on how to engage in sponsors, social media, their content creation side of things, how to get more exposure for their race team, and working with the individual drivers around their media and the team owners as well, about their media training and how to present themselves in front of a camera. So it is very exciting. So if you guys are part of a team, if you're a team owner or a part of a team and you think we could be of service, please get in contact with us. Happy to have a chat. Again, we bespoke all of the programs to each of the individual teams. And we here at MotiV8 have got a range of great allied health practitioners, industry professionals that can help everybody.
And even if that's like, if you're looking just for someone to come in and have a look with a helicopter view of your operation and just have a look at how things are, we're quite happy to work with you to do that. And then, of course, jump on board and assist you to develop it over time.
Yes, so we are very excited about adding the clubs and teams to our portfolio in 2022. But what we're very excited for the end of 21, Maddie, is our
Motorsport conference.
I think we missed it.
No fail. So Motorsport conference, it's something that Belinda and I have been speaking about probably for a month or so now, I think. It's something that Belinda's had planned for a long, long time, and we are now putting it into action. So what we're going to do, it'll be an online conference. You'll be able to go into like a trade alley, which is all online as well, and then industry professionals that'll be presenting throughout the course of that conference.
Yes, so we're looking to hold it in November. It is going to be online, guys, so anywhere in the world can attend. Everything will be recorded, so if you can't attend on those days, we're looking for a Friday or a Friday Saturday at this stage, or it might be a Saturday Sunday. Again, we're just finding difficulties trying to pinpoint a date just because of the changes in everybody's race calendar at the moment. So that's probably just the big thing at the moment, is just trying to pinpoint that date. Hopefully once Sydney and Victoria get out of lockdown in the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to do that. I mean, again, it doesn't really matter because it is an online conference. Predominantly, as Maddie said, we'll be having industry professionals come and present on different subject matters. And of course, if there's something that you'd love to hear about or to learn more, please get in contact with us. Or if you are a presenter or if you'd like to be an exhibitor, please also get in contact with us on any of the platforms.
And we want to make it as diverse as possible. So we want to have people that are, absolute leaders in their field from not just Australia, but around the world. So if there is something that you specifically want to hear about or you need advice, let us know. As I say, we want to try and get people from the UK, from the US, from Europe that bring a different perspective to what we do here in Australia, because I think that we do tend to get sometimes locked down into the similar viewpoints. So if we can bring different viewpoints to the table, people can jump on board. It'll be entertaining, so we don't want it to be all fairly boring and so on. We want everyone to be involved, but we want your feedback too. So whether you are a club, whether you're a competitor, a team owner, a sponsor, an organisation, whatever, throw us your ideas through all the channels and let us know what you think. But we've also got a survey that'll go out through our social media as well.
Yeah, and we can also put it in the show notes as well. So if you're on the podcast platform, look into today's show notes and click on the link, and feel free to register your interest or give us your ideas, anything, guys. Again, we are doing this for you. Again, we're very passionate about the sport. We find that we don't have a lot of information out there that's available all in one location. And so that's ideally what we want MotiV8 to be, that one-stop educational resource for you. And again, trying to do the whole holistic approach to being a racer or being part of a race team and being involved in the industry. For those that know me, know that I'm also very passionate that motorsport is a business. So quite often there will be business sessions as well on this conference about value adding to your team members, how to get more bang for your buck, knowing how to charge for drive days. Anyway, there'll be lots of different things. And the purpose of the conference, again, is for you to learn and to get some ideas, tips and strategies that you can go away and implement tomorrow into your off-track performance and as well as on-track. Ideally, each of the sessions will be some sort of working base. So each of the sessions, I do want you to come away with, a start of a strategy or some sort of a checklist. So there is something in it. And of course, engagement. We've got some fun engagement tools, some different prizes and initiatives that we've got through the sponsors for each of the sessions. If you can't make it, don't worry, they of course will all be recorded, and all of that will be coming out soon. So there'll be a brand new website called motorsportconference.com. We try to keep it as simple for you, so you can start to read up on all the speakers, the sessions that's going to be involved, the exhibitors. We're going to try and have an online network session, lots of mastermind groups that you can break out, meet people. Again, motorsport is all about networking, so I'm very big in on ensuring that we are going to have a few networking sessions throughout the days where you can just have some catch-ups and meet some new peoples. And hey, you never know, you might score yourself a drive in a Porsche.
Who knows? Yeah, but
right.
I mean, I think a lot of our listeners have probably tuned into our weekend sessions, like our training camps and so on in the past, which I've tuned into a couple of them now, presented at a couple of them, obviously. And looking back at the other presenters, I've really found them to be quite beneficial in my business and my personal life. So this is basically that, but going to another level, going to a brand new level. And obviously we want the industry involved as much as possible. So whether that's rights holders, governing bodies and so forth, we want your input and your assistance in making this a viable, fun, enjoyable, massive deal that will become part of the motorsport landscape year to year. And let's hope that in time it doesn't just become an online session, that we can actually do it in real life.
Well, that was the plan, but yes. That was last year's plan, but anyway, guys, stay tuned. We're very excited. There's lots of things happening at MotiV8. We just wanted to take this time to say, hey, this is what's been happening. Sorry, we've been a bit quiet, but there has been lots of things happening behind the scenes. Matt, thank you again and welcome aboard. I'm excited about the upcoming months.
No drama. It's great to be here, excited about what we're doing and, really starting to feel, I think we both agree that we're getting some traction now over what we're doing, and the next couple of months is going to be huge. So stay tuned. We've got a lot happening. So, make sure you jump on all of our social channels. They'll all be in the show notes, everything that was spoken about here, and keep your eyes peeled for the Motorsport conference coming up at the end of the year.
Yes, guys, very exciting. Thanks again, Matt. Everyone, please stay safe and hopefully see you at a racetrack soon. Well, thanks everyone for listening to this week's show. I really hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Now, remember, all the show notes with the links and the specials mentioned in today's show are available over at MotiV8Training.com.au. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could head to iTunes or Stitcher, type in Motorsport Coaching, subscribe, and leave us a review. Each week, I'll read them out and you'll go into a monthly draw to win a fantastic prize. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at MotiV8Training.com.au or head over to our Facebook page at MotiV8T. Until next time, take care.